So apparently I was wrong. Hey guys, welcome back again to another one of my Kingdom Hearts theories. Let me first start by saying thanks for everyone's support up until now. I never expected my last theory to get so many views, likes and positive comments. It made me steadfast on my work here on YouTube. Also, almost 200 subscribers. Every day I wake up to the number rising upward, and thank you all for your support. Let's hope I will get to 1,000 by the end of summer. But on to the theory. My first ever theory was about Xehanort being a rebirth form of the Master, but I cleared that boo-boo up with my second theory. But then something came to my knowledge. This info is due to an interview by Famitsu with Nomura. Famitsu asked, "The Master appears to be quite the important character. Will we find out the reason of his disappearance in Kingdom Hearts 3? And Nomura replied that some story developments from back cover will be touched upon in some way or shape in Kingdom Hearts 3. But the Master won't make an appearance. As for his surprise, on the other hand, then Famitsu engages the surprise part of the reply. By that, are you talking about the box that the Master called a surprise and entrusted Lucio along with the Keyblade? There was something written on it too. Nomura stated that the perceptive fan may have already worked it out, but it still remains a secret. In KH3, someone is looking for the box. I guess what he means by the perceptive fan already worked it out is the fact that it says X Super, so his name being Master Super, I guess. Now this information changes everything. By the way, the interview is a really good read. The link is in the description if interested. Nomura also stated things like Lucio being somewhat the same as the Master, only a bit boring, and that Xehanort's Keyblade is in fact the exact same one as the Master's. He inherited that Keyblade while Ericus inherited the Land of Departure. Famitsu also asked what sort of position the X-Blade is in. Nomura stated that the Master knows about its existence, and using the X-Blade as a model, he creates Keyblades. Not like a smith or something, but he actually creates the Keyblades along the lines of pulling them out of the depths of one's heart. Neato burrito. That's super interesting. But with all of the above said, let's get some ongoing facts straight. People are thinking that Xehanort is the Master of Masters. Well, you're wrong, and here's why.
All of this was decided. My 12 selves would welcome me here on this day, when I would return a complete person. It is the future which lies beyond my sight.
He literally says, "It's the future that lies beyond my sight." The Master has foresight, Xehanort doesn't, so that theory is nullified. And something to strengthen this notion.
But of all the Keyblades in existence, Master Xehanort's is the most ancient. That is my destiny. But it has yet to become a reality.
He says right there that he has yet to own the Keyblade. And people also think that the box has 20 locks. Well, that's incorrect. In my second theory, I had pointed out that the back has 2 hinges, making the box only have 13 locks, 7 in the front and 3 on each side, making 13. And what people also gathered was the contents of the box being the X-Blade. Nomura stated that the Master knows of its existence. It doesn't mean that he owns the thing. I believe he never owned it for himself, because it had to be extracted from the Keyblade War. And another thing I would want to address, a thing that Xehanort said at the end of Birth by Sleep.
I swore I would survive, and be there to see what awaited beyond the Keyblade War.
People also think that this is a sign that he is the Master or something, but like I mentioned earlier, that's not the case. I think this line is simply referring to the new Keyblade War that he wanted to create. And also, someone is looking for the chest.
It's okay. This is all connected to the ancient Keyblade War, isn't that right? Whatever. I got my hands full with my own plans.
Yeah, it's a bit silly, I know. To summarize everything I have said earlier before I continue, we know the X-Blade is not in the box. We know that the chest will be in Kingdom Hearts 3, and it will be opened, so it hasn't been opened yet. We know the Master will not appear in Kingdom Hearts 3, but does that include the secret ending? I still strongly believe that he has put his heart in the box, I don't know why, but why do all the work of seeing the future if you do not wish to be there? The thing is fitting this piece to the puzzle, so hear me out. The Master sent Lucio the task to pass down the Keyblade apprentice to peer into the future. Success, yay! And by the way, Lucio was a master too, so he could also have transferred his heart into new vessels as easily to stay alive until he found Xehanort or whatever. Like, remember when the master told Lucio about the box without us hearing it?
But this secret stays between the two of us, and you have to promise never to open the box.
I promise. But why?
You'll see.
Lucio asked, but why? And the master said, you'll see. Implying Lucio will be there to see. What I'm thinking he said is something like this. I've placed my heart into the box, so this box may be opened by a worthy successor in the future. This might be a thing if I were to be correct on the heart being inside the box. What I believe happened is that Lucio made his way to the land of departure, from there on out, and trained apprentices with the Mark of Mastery. Or he transferred his own heart to new vessels to actually be there. Maybe. But him or an apprentice got to the moment of Ericus and Xehanort being his apprentices, performed the Mark of Mastery on both of them, after training, passed both, gave Ericus the land of departure, and Xehanort the Keyblade. If then, by means of time travel, as I stated in my previous theory, the master visited Xehanort and explained everything he needs to know. Well, behind the scenes of course, because Nomura said he won't make an appearance, but I think he means it more like an active character. I think it would still be touched upon in backstory to Xehanort, but how would this be, you ask? Well, the Book of Prophecy wasn't given to Lucio when he left. So how could Xehanort tell lines from the book if he never even saw one? Remember that chess game that he's playing in the trailer?
On that land shall darkness prevail and light expire. The future, it's already been written.
That would be due to the master telling him. Xehanort starts another Keyblade war and gathers 13 darknesses and 7 lights to get that nice and slick X-Blade. But like every hero story, the villain always loses, so Xehanort will eventually perish, but I believe he will be able to open the box in some manner and set the master's heart free. And that would be the beginning of a new chapter in the Kingdom Hearts universe. It's just, I cannot shake the fact that we would only see the master in back cover because he's such an interesting persona. That he does so much effort to see the future and scheme to make it look like destiny. Why would he do that if he doesn't wish to live it? That wouldn't make sense at all to me. And the fact that the box is sort of missing, I guess, because someone is looking for it, remains speculation for another video. What do you guys think? Did I help you straighten some facts surrounding the master? Do you agree with my further speculation and this cause? Leave a like and comment for some healthy discussion. Subscribe for more Kingdom Hearts news and content, and I'll catch you in the next.